Yo, I was
So
about
you
to
guys know.
say you got a haircut since last time I saw you. Trimmed
I just actually
everything.
got a haircut right now.
Oh, there you
Damn,
go.
today.
I
My
shaved.
my birthday's next week. I was looking like a caveman, bro. I was trying to make it until next week before my birthday to get a haircut. And I
That's
looked at
crazy.
myself
We're about
and I
to
was like,
celebrate your second fucking birthday out here, bro. That's crazy on the
I
UTP.
know, but it doesn't fall on Tuesday, unfortunately.
Nah, fuck it. We'll make it Tuesday.
What's up, boys? How y'all
What's up, man?
living?
What's up, fellas? Everybody, welcome to the usual Tuesday. Right, I am one of the three amazing hosts of this show. I am joined by 0%, the macadamia nut. Right, save one, and I am Corpse as usual, fellas.
What's
It's
up,
another
boys?
boyos.
It's been a minute.
Feels good,
Is
yeah.
the fan loud?
No, it's actually not bothering me today, and normally it bothers me,
Okay.
but I do
Based.
not hear it.
Alright.
Oh my god,
Yeah, we weren't live last week, so it
we
feels good
weren't.
to be back. It feels, bro. It's such a good day today. Like I was talking to my barber, and I was just telling him about. There's just so much, like there's so much in the world to complain about and to be upset about, but like if you just kind of peek through the bullshit a little bit, open it up like some pussy lips, you find the
Holy
prize.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? You always find the prize. But nah, yeah, man, I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. Actually, is there anything you guys want to start with? Because I actually have a question for you guys that's been heavy on my mind the whole day today.
Let's hear it. Let's
And
hear
I
it.
don't know. I don't know if we've had this discussion before or what. But real quick, as we're getting started, shout the fuck out to Samuel. That was an
Oh yeah.
amazing fucking video that he did. He posted it on his own YouTube channel. And for the people that are watching that have no idea what I'm talking about, you guys don't follow us on socials or anything like that. I did post it on my Instagram story. But Samuel, who has been a guest on the show before, he makes great fucking videos. He makes great content. His TikToks are funny as shit. Posted about creators that he wanted to give his flowers to, and he named us as the first. We were the first people that he named, which
Mm-hmm.
was absolutely amazing. He linked all of us in the description. He linked all of our like Instagrams and TikToks, and he linked Korps's website on there. Absolutely amazing. Gave us our flowers. So I just want to give Samuel his flowers as well. I know each of us has talked about him on our own respective platforms. I know Damien has covered a lot of his videos. I've covered his videos on my streaming platform. I know Corpse has as well. So shout the fuck out to Samuel. That was, bro, that shit made me tear up. I was like, damn, it feels good. You know what I mean? Like that was the second time this week. Like I was out with Damien and I went out earlier this week, and like his homie, we were eating ice cream. Him, myself, and my son. We're eating ice cream. One of his homies like ran into him, and then he was like, "Oh, this is my homie Cisco," and he was like, "Oh, this is the dude that you do your streams with." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, feels good to be recognized. Like that's
Mm.
it's cool to be recognized." So, shout the fuck out to Samuel. That was absolutely amazing. Okay, this is the question that I wanted to bring up to you. We get into some hot takes real fast. Do you guys think that Valentine's Day is a holiday that should be celebrated?
Like, what's the point? Like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? Like, it's a dedicated day for me to buy you some flowers. You know what I mean? In all actuality,
Have we talked about this on the stream before? I feel like
I feel
we
like we
might have.
have.
I don't know. I don't. I'm with you on this one, Corpse. What the fuck? Like what? Yeah, Valentine's Day is. My hot take is Valentine's Day is absolute bullshit.
mm-hmm. Well, I'll give people the space to be like, set up a date night, this and that and this. But especially in this era, bro, where it's like Cheesecake Factory ain't enough, like what are we talking about? Like what this man's already working real hard. We're 2 months out from Christmas where he probably just dropped some money on you. Like, you know what I mean? And then you expect also this
I didn't even think
extravagant.
about that one.
Come on, fam. Like, you know what I mean? And then you expect this extravagant thing on Valentine's Day. Now, I'm not saying every girl's like that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everyone's like that, but I think a lot of guys have experienced that, and that's why we have a bad taste in our mouth about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And again, not all guys, some guys are gonna be like, hey, I fucking love Valentine's Day. I'm just one of those guys where it's like I'm always down to do something. You know what I mean? And I don't think I've ever went a Valentine's Day without doing something. But
Good one. I've gone every Valentine's Day since I was like 11 years old. Now that Peanut has been born, like, of course we make sure to get his mom some type of like decoration or flowers or something.
Mhm.
But from the time I was like 11 years old till now, I'm about to be 33. That's like a starter for me. If I'm starting to talk to a girl, I'm like, I just want to let you know, I do not celebrate Valentine's Day. Take it or leave it. I do not.
Crazy, bro.
But I'm the same type of motherfucker. Like, hey, it's a random Wednesday. Here's $80. Go get your nails done. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm not doing shit throughout the year or throughout times that I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, personally, Valentine's Day is absolute bullshit to me. And for the record, Peanut's mom, who I was with for 10 years, our anniversary was like 3 or 4 days after Valentine's Day. So we're not doing
so we doing Valentine's Day, like at that.
We're not doing two.
Are we doing two? See, but and then like I see like
you want me to not send you nail money? You want me to not send you hair money? You want me to not buy you lunch and save it all for Valentine's Day? I could do that easy.
Yeah. That's where I can see where you come from on that. Like, you know what I mean? Because it is a little crazy, bro. But it's like, I can kind of see where you, especially after being with T for so long, like, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, our anniversary is a few days from it. You know what I mean? And I'm buying you flowers on a random Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, like how much do you really got to ask out of a man? Like, you know what I mean? Just to not dedicate that one day. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you make that any more special. You know what I'm saying, for this person. But did she ever did she ever clap on you about it? Like, why don't you give me a Valentine's Day thing?
Maybe early in the relationship. I have had girls tell me before, like, why don't you celebrate Valentine's Day? Oh, you could just do this. like I'm not saying I won't like drop off some flowers or something, but I'm not about to make a reservation to dinner. I'm not about to, like, no. Make a good argument for me why Valentine's Day should be celebrated. I mean, obviously you can't because you're kind of on my side about the situation. But I see Damien over here rubbing his chin, and I know Damien is the lovey-dovey type motherfucker, makes a whole fort to watch a movie type shit, and I love it. And I love that you ever. I know you have. And I love that you have a relationship like that. And I'm not trying to be a hard ass, but nobody has ever given me a good argument on why Valentine's Day should be celebrated.
I think it's just like, I don't know. I think it's just, why not do something? It's just a day that somebody decided, or a group of people decided, and it might be for money. It might be to bring up the cost of flowers or the fucking reservation bookings. Like, that could very well be the case. But if you have somebody in your life that you can make feel good on that day, and it's like, this is Valentine's Day, well, I'm gonna make you feel good and you're gonna make me feel good because we're in this relationship together. Why not? It's like the argument of like, I feel shit, like, give me a good argument why I should make you feel better. It's just like, it's just a nice thing. It's just a nice thing to do. It's just a fun thing to do.
That's a poor analogy.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
Yes, it is, because nobody said that on this specific day I'm supposed to make you feel better. If you're my partner and you feel like shit, it's my job to make you feel better. Just because I'm your partner doesn't mean that I'm supposed to make this whole day to be your, like, no. But
also it's like, I feel like it is both ways. Like, Valentine's Day isn't, I as a man, let's say, like a...
No, I'm not saying that. It is reciprocated. Like, the women do stuff for men as well.
So, like, yeah, absolutely. Bro, I want some shit too. It's Valentine's Day. What the fuck?
I don't expect anything on Valentine's Day.
I don't expect it. I'm just saying, like, it's nice. It's a nice thing to do. Give me flowers. I like flowers. They're nice. They're nice things.
You know what's even nicer? Hey, I'm on my way to go get a haircut. Boom, Apple Pay $60. Enjoy getting your haircut.
I don't want people to do that. I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't like that because the day is not specified for that to happen.
I wouldn't
But
like
that's
that
a
if
better
I'm like,
surprise.
if I'm like, yo, I'm about to go get a haircut, whatever. I'm on my way. I'm like, think I'm gonna pay, and then she sends me whatever $50. I'm like, why the fuck would you send me $50?
Look, I'm the same way, but I've learned it's a learned behavior. But because it's Valentine's Day, you can expect $50 to go get your haircut.
No, I still wouldn't take $50. I'm not saying take me out to dinner. I'm not saying spend.
That's your
$50.
Valentine's Day present.
I'm
Baby,
just
this is
saying-
your Valentine's Day present. Here's $50. Go get your haircut so you look nice tonight when we have sex.
Nice cut, G.
I
like your
G.
cut. Slap her ass.
You see what I'm saying though? Like,
aren't simps. It's not simp, bro. It's not being
no.
It's not about being simp.
listen,
I know.
I'm
You're not
simpy
saying.
as fuck.
It's-
No. I'm simpy as fuck. I like to
Oh.
cuddle.
That's not simp. That's
I
not
like
being
my
simp.
back rubbed. I like.
That's just feels
You
good.
like being the little.
Put your. I'm not really a little spoon guy.
I don't like
but
little
put
spoon
your
either.
if you get your nail. If I just paid for you to get your nails done, put your nails in my head and scratch my head. I like that type of shit.
Okay.
Every man is a
I don't
simp
think that's-
behind
everybody
closed
likes
doors.
that.
I don't think that's
Every man is a simp behind closed
None
doors.
of that is simp behavior, bro.
There's none of that was simp
None of
behavior.
that.
That was actually like, yeah, you know, that.
What's simp? So what's simp behavior?
Simp is like, what is simp? Like, bro, bending over backwards and fucking breaking your knees while you're at it to make her happy, and she's like, like that was cool, I guess. That's simp shit.
I don't know. Give me an example.
Well, they
I
need to
don't
speak to
understand
their
the
delegation. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that a lot of guys, especially the more dudes, any dude who I talk to, because I like this question, right? Like, is Valentine's Day really a holiday, right? For men, like, you know what I'm saying?
I think for anybody, I think for men and women. I'm not making it like a gender thing. I'm just saying Valentine's Day in general to me is unnecessary, and it's not a worthy holiday to celebrate something.
That's why I really don't do the holidays like that, any of them anymore. Like, you know what I mean? I'm all about being around family and we can go do experiences together. Like, you know what I mean? But as far as like buying gifts and stuff, I just don't believe, like, it's hard for me to do it, right? Because I know that I make X amount of money and I know some people may also make an X amount of money.
Mhm.
And I don't want what I can provide or what I can't provide slowly become a measure of what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever want that. Like, and I feel like, especially for guys, like, you know what I'm saying, for dudes in particular, because girls always have the one argument of like, oh, well, it's just a day. How can you da da da? But the dudes look at it like, well, we're kind of expected to provide a certain experience. You know what I'm saying? And
That I can agree on.
So you
There is
feel
an
what I'm-
experience that men that I feel as a man that I do have to like provide, especially on like first, second date type shit.
Oh
Like
yeah.
this is like I come out. I'm not going out unless I have some. I know what we're gonna get into. Maybe there's a plan after to like how much money I gotta spend, all this type of shit. I don't like going out if that's not already kind of figured out. So here's my question. Here's another question on top of this, because all three men are speaking, and now we have to figure out the type of date that we're gonna go on, right? So if you were to go out and
I'm
you
not
had
going
a
out.
gift card, if you had a gift card, are you using the gift card?
Hell yeah, player.
Am
What?
I using the gift card? Is that what the question was?
What if somebody like got us a gift card and was like, here, go to dinner one day,
Fuck
and I
yeah.
decided to use it?
No, not us. Not us a gift card. This is like a first date, second date type shit.
Oh shit! Wait, no.
You got a
no,
gift
I'm
card.
not using the gift card. No,
Ooh.
You got a gift card. Say you
Nah,
going
hell
to
no. No, hell no.
Cheesecake Factory or
No,
some
no,
shit.
no. If I can't,
Or I'll go like, oh, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Run to the front. Listen, man, I have a gift card.
Yeah,
$20.
hey, don't fuck me right now.
Just
Use
be
I know
cool.
I used it last time I was here. There's like 22.93 left on here. Swipe this shit, I'll pay you the rest.
yeah,
Exactly. And then just come with the card and like that, just be smooth about it. I'll give you the card. You can take the bill so that way she doesn't see that. What's this minus $22.33? Don't do none of that. Just take
Yeah.
the card. jam
Yeah,
with it.
snatch that bill real fast when it gets to the table. Hey, you don't
Exactly.
even know how much it was.
Oh my
You're like,
god!
don't
No,
worry,
no
baby, I got it.
way,
Exactly.
No
I
way.
got you.
Can't
I
let that be
got you,
seen on the
baby.
first date.
He's like, why'd you only put $15 in there? Oh, I know the bartender. So are you using the gift card on the first or second date?
On like a sneaky, yeah. But if there's no way, I'm taking the debt.
So they're shaming your game.
There is
A
shame.
little bit on the
shaming
first or
me.
second, and then it's a funny if let's say my girlfriend now, we've been together 5 years. It's a funny story now. It's like, you know what? First date, I was stressing about the bill. I had this little gift card, and I snuck it to the waiter when you weren't looking, or I went into a little bit of debt just to hit it. So that way, you didn't see the gift card.
Mm-hmm.
Just
We
to hide the
can't,
fact.
dude. There's just like
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm using the gift card. I don't give a fuck.
you're tripping.
Just
my
like there's
life.
you lose.
And I'm gonna
your
even explain it.
magic.
I'm gonna be like, baby, look, sweetheart. I'm gonna put this fucking gift card in here, and we're going out after this. I just wanted to make sure we had enough money to go. Do you want to spend some money? Like, you're not paying for your shit anyways. I'm not paying for it.
I am not about to end up in the group chat talking about this broke ass who just used the gift card at Honey at Applebee's. Like, what the fuck are we doing? No, I'm not.
I'm using the gift card. I don't give a
Bro.
fuck, bro. There's no shame
Bro,
in my game. When it comes to that.
she's gonna be like, bro took out
It's,
the.
wait, okay.
the
But
bundle
if
gift
I
cards.
pick the place, then it looks a little sketchy, right?
It
If,
looks
like,
wild.
I'm scrolling through my Rolodex of fucking gift cards. Oh, wait, hold on. Where are we gonna go tonight? No, but I mean, if she picked the place, and then I was like, oh shit, I got a gift card to that motherfucker. Or if you got one of those Visa gift card joints,
Mhm.
yo, my birthday just passed. I'm gonna just use this gift card real fast. You don't have to know what it is. Yeah, there's no shit.
If it's a Visa thing though, I would just not even say anything. You know because that looks like a card. That just looks like a regular card. But if that shit says
yeah, but if
Cheesecake
you
Factory
put
on
two
it, bold
cards
as
in the
fuck.
joint, if you put 2 cards in the check thing,
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
That's
you ever
all.
been like, yo, can I pay a little bit with card and the rest with cash? You ever done that shit?
No, that's kind of wild.
Oh shit. Hey, we all been there at one point.
Yeah, of course.
Bro, first or second date vibes is kind of wild. And that's why, I mean,
Yeah, no,
I used to get a lot of shit. Because I'm like, yo, on the first, second dates, I'm not trying to spend no money. You know what I mean? With this person. Because by the third or fourth date, you know what I mean? And it's some days in between of conversations. That's when you know, I could whip out the Cheesecake Factory gift card. She's cool.
Or you can even send a text yo, I just came up on a
gift card.
gift card.
Yeah,
you gotta go. Yeah, for the record, I've never used a gift card on a first or second date ever.
See, that's
but,
crazy.
But I'm saying I would that's the thing about me though. I feel like I communicate so fucking much with that type of shit that if you didn't expect that from me, bye.
But also, it's that's what I'm saying. I would sneak over to the waiter, try to do the transaction.
That's
on-
mad
on
sneaky.
the
That's
down low.
doing too
Fuck
much.
that,
That's
bro.
doing
No.
too much.
No, hell no, because then it's there's a level of magic, bro. That I think oh damn,
The level
I
of
did that.
magic. What I went above and beyond to spend less money on you.
Exactly.
What? What?
What, you think all I'm worth is a gift card? Oh my god.
No, but if I got the
No.
vibe, if I got the vibe, it was like that. There probably wouldn't be a second, third date or whatever. You know what I mean?
Truly.
If it's you're
You
cheap.
shouldn't
If
even be out with
it
the
was
bitch in the first place, bro.
if it was
Truly,
like if it was like that, then I'm like,
He's not a
alright,
bitch,
bro.
but I'm sorry for the
Truly.
vocabulary I've used.
Yeah, hey, listen.
But-
If girls don't want to go out on a date with a dude who's gonna take them to Cheesecake Factory on the first or second date, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's your preference.
Crazy.
That
That was
your
like a
preference,
viral thing, right?
That was a
it's like,
thing. That was a thing. And to
Oh,
see
Cheesecake
people-
Factory is fire.
bro,
And
but
it's-
to see people in the
little
Twitter
pricey.
comments agreeing with it,
that's crazy.
yeah, these guys, what are y'all fucking saying right now? It just it was a lot of confirmation bias for me because I hate women. So reading those comments just fueled that fire and it just validated all those core beliefs I had.
No, but also yeah, I don't know. That shit is wild. I saw that one video. I don't know if you guys saw that video too about the dude who took his girlfriend out to dinner for her birthday, and then his girlfriend ended up bringing her friends, mad
7
friends
people.
too, hella people. And then she was like, "Well, you're not gonna get us? You're not getting all of it?" I'm like, fuck no, I'm getting you, and that's it.
Bro, Yeah. Okay. So what are you doing in that situation? You invite
That's-
your old lady out. You invite your old lady. Let me set up the scenario.
Okay.
You invite your old lady out, right? You guys have both been to Ruth Chris before.
No.
Donovan's.
Eddie V's?
Eddie. Okay, we'll say Eddie V's. Eddie V's is like a high-end steakhouse, right? Like
Okay.
you're not going there with two people spending less than $300.
Okay.
So okay, you go to Eddie V. You tell your old lady like, hey, I want to take you out for your birthday to Eddie V's. I don't know if you. This is how you say it. I don't know if your friends want to come, but this is where I'm taking you for your birthday. Let me know so I can make the reservation.
Oh, see, no, I wouldn't say that.
So what are you saying?
I made the mistake of saying, I don't know if your friend. I don't give a fuck if your friends want to come. They're not coming.
Well, how are the friends invited then?
I think like
We got to put into context how the friends
yeah,
are invited.
I don't know how the friends were ever invited.
If I say, "Hey, baby, I'm gonna take you to this spot, for your birthday," woo, 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 and she goes, "Oh, baby, can I invite some friends?" Right? Of course, right? Let me know.
Hell no, you can't.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hell no,
Because if you say, "Can I invite some friends?" I'm already feeling entitled to paying for those friends.
yeah,
Fuck no.
That's how I feel.
no, that's
Can
how
I invite some friends?
About to let her know.
I already know that I'm paying.
Bring your purse. Tell your girl to bring her purse.
Bring the
Because I don't
coupons, the Eddie V coupons.
pay. Like baby, you.
The gift cards. Bring the Eddie. It's your birthday, right? They must have sent you something in the email. Check the spam. Check the spam.
Bro,
Hit the
her,
scam links. I don't care. They might be something.
her mama, and her daddy. You know what I'm saying? We're paying for them. We cool. We out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mom and dad, you're paying for.
I'll
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
for
yeah.
them. You know
Mom
what I'm
and dad
saying?
is different though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And when they take us out, they can pay for me. You get me? But I'm taking your daughter out tonight for her birthday, so I'm paying for you. So these fucking mongrels, y'all gotta figure that the fuck out. Like, tell your man to come and pay for your food. Like, you know what I mean? Don't act like wild animals at the table either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I would rather not. Like, we could do a fancy dinner, me and you, but we can go to BJ's or Yard House with your girlfriends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, afterwards. Because I'm not doing. I'll buy shots for everybody. That's cool, but I ain't about to pay all this fucking money.
It's like a pristine type shit, right? Like invite only type shit.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Like about that video, I would like to know the context on how
Yeah,
the,
like
women,
how
the
everything was
other
worded.
women got invited.
I
Yeah.
And the fact that the girlfriend was sitting, I don't know if everybody that's watching has seen this video, but the girlfriend is like attacking her boyfriend. Like, what do
That's
you mean
crazy.
you're not going to pay? Like this, that, and the other. Like, no, bitch, you ordered 2 steaks and fucking a bottle of 1940. Like, I'm not paying for that shit. You ordered it. Like, what the fuck?
Sylvester got something on YouTube coming in clutch from the 3-point
Okay.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're coming back to the hotel after, then maybe I'll pay for you.
From the
You know?
3-point line.
If my girl approves, then for sure. But that's another one. Okay, let me get you guys' take on this one. Because this one I kind of felt I could see both sides of the fence on this one, okay? And this might make us sound like sexist pigs, and I'm very curious to hear Damien's side on this. But there was this dude that posted a video, and he flew this girl out. I think it was to Florida or some shit like that, right? And he bought her plane ticket round trip. And he was dropping her off at the airport and canceled the flight back. He got his money for the flight back because she didn't give him no pussy while she was out there. And he was like, get out my car. I dropped you off at the airport. Buy your own ticket. You didn't want to give me no pussy while you were out here. This, that, and the other. Woody woo. And she was pissed. Like, oh, I got my own money. This, that, and the other. But she was fucking pissed. Is the dude justified in what he did?
No,
bro. What the fuck?
No.
She just said,
Are you just saying that for the internet? Are you just saying that for the internet, or
No,
are we being serious?
I'm gonna say because of a list of things, right? One, I don't know the context of their conversations
Very true.
to know where that expectation got drawn, right?
Okay.
Two, and that's one thing. Two is I also don't know the context of the conversations that also led to maybe
Correct.
what
We don't have the
happened
context.
while they
Correct.
were there. right? Like I
maybe
would.
he smelled bad, or maybe it was bad hygiene, or maybe he promised something while they were there and it didn't come
Or let's
true.
just say this: they're talking this wild game in the DMs, and oh, fly me out, and I'll show you a good time. I fly you out, and the next thing you leave to the car to go get your makeup bag, and next thing I see Snapchats of you in the fucking club doing X, Y, and Z, and then now you're stumbling back in my hotel room, and you like like it's this whole thing. I could see where you say those statements, where you can say the thing, right? But to expect the thing is different to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like,
Okay.
it is different. That's just mad. That's just it's mad wild, right? But if there was a painted expectation that, oh, I'm gonna fly you out here, we about to have, crazy, disgusting hotel sex, like, and like,
Hey, let's be real. Hotel sex is different.
it's wild. Like, that is wild business. Okay. So like, and so I can see where he's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? But canceling the flight is
That's wild.
still crazy, bro. That is a little, but she's flapping her gums at him too. He's like, I got my own bread. So I can see where he's like, all right, you got your own bread, bitch, motherfucker. Like,
See, I can
But
see,
that's
yeah.
wild,
If
but
they
that's
got
wild.
into it,
That's wild.
like on the way to the airport, I could see. I bet you got your own money. Bet you got your. Bloop.
Yeah,
Find
I
your
can see.
ass
I
up.
can see how he got
Find
there.
your
But
money.
it's
Use
still
your own
wild.
money to get your way home. I could see that, but
I didn't need your money to fly out here. Like, I could just hear it. I could hear it. I don't need your money to fly
See,
out
that's
here.
one
I got
thing.
my own money.
I agree. But like, also, let's say everything was like, boom, like they're vibing. I'm gonna fly you out. We're gonna have all this, crazy sex, and then y'all get there, and it turns out y'all actually don't have that much chemistry. Like the texts are wild and the texts were vibes, but in real life, like y'all are just.
That's a fat L, fam.
Ooh.
That's a
And like you
fat
gotta take it
L.
on the
That's a
chin,
L.
kind of.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
oof, whiff. That
Your
sucks.
Riz
Yeah,
ain't
you got
risen.
money, but you got no game.
Yeah, your Riz ain't risen. Bro, like, come
No,
on.
but, like,
dog.
you
Your Riz ain't risen.
You
That's
could
a
be like
slam
swift
dunk.
in the text, you know what I mean? But like in real life, you're like
That's what happens when you use Chat GPT
ChatGPT.
for fucking
no, but then
holler at
like,
women.
but that's not even
Your
like a
text.
that's not even like a slight on the dude because he might actually just be, but you just don't have chemistry with like whoever you're speaking with like in real life. And so she was like, you know what? I'm not like really into it anymore. And like,
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm tired of these men thinking that they can just fly these women out just to get some pussy. Like, bro,
It's kind of crazy.
if that's the case, if you want some guaranteed pussy for some money, there's definitely escort fucking websites anywhere you're at. So
That's
what the
what
fuck are
I'm
we doing?
saying, bro. Like I was listening to some shit, right, where it was like men, right? Like men have this innate like hunt like thing to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it shows in our relationships, it shows the way that we chase our careers, all these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for dudes who are hunting the thrill of sex that bad, like you are literally putting up a round trip, let's just say from here to Atlanta, right, is going to run you 600 bones, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's six smackers. You're buying the dinner, the Ubers, you're already at a knot, bro, by the time we're fucking done here. You get what I'm saying? Just for the chance to do it, because no one's entitled to your body, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be really real.
Bro.
No one's entitled to your body. We make all the fucking jokes, but whatever. But you're doing all this in hopes of getting a little bit of yamage, bro. You're fucking nuts, dude. Just go to the strip, like, bro. Just go fucking hit up the whorehouse. What's wrong with you?
No, that's absolute facts, bro.
But
I
get
agree
the
with you 100%.
disappointment. I get the disappointment.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, Korpsx. What you just said is absolute facts, right? As men, as most men, we enjoy the hunt. That is by far the most true statement when it comes to men and women, right? But I don't think that the hunt necessarily involves spending all this money and doing all these things. I don't know when it evolved to that. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fly out to your city and I'm gonna fucking take an Uber and spend all this fucking money on you and do all this shit. Like, to me,
you know what it is?
That's not a hunt.
Know what it is?
Desperation, my G.
You know what it is, brother? Is back in the day, to procreate, you had to be the strongest, the fastest, the tallest, the craziest, like the most vicious person to have the claim to a woman, right? Nowadays, we're a little more civilized, right? And so now
you just gotta jump on a plane, get in an Uber, and meet at Eddie V's.
Yeah, now some of this shit
Pay
is more
$400 for a
is
two-person
measured on a
dinner.
little bit more money, and he's emotionally available. Like,
Nah, bro.
so so guys do have this alley to do like what they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I
I've
just
never
think
been
it's
into that.
crazy for the
So-
girls who fall for that shit. Like,
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, though, Corpse, is there is women, and I personally know this. There is women that respect walking on the right side of the sidewalk, paying for a certain amount of thing, sitting on the right side of the restaurant, opening a door, do those types of little shit that we've learned that was chivalry that our mothers taught us. We've talked about that in another podcast before. There are women that respect that type of shit, bro, and we don't have, bro. I could go to In-N-Out and get you a fucking number 2 with chopped chilies. You know what I mean? And you'll be fucking happy with that shit.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't understand where it transitioned to that, and it drives me nuts.
I just think like I think people, especially like in our era too, right? In our era, we stayed up late and watched TV, and we were hit with the infomercials of the diamond
Girls Gone
rings.
Wild? Oh,
No, the diamond rings, right? Oh,
Yeah.
this sapphire diamond ring, perfect for your lover. Like, even us at a very young age, I was watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like we were just programmed, bro, like by these companies to think that like spending money equated to love, right? And like who came up with the fucking thing that a wedding ring is supposed to be 3 months of a man's income?
women.
Who the fuck came up with that idea?
Women.
Right? Like,
Women came up with that
bullshit.
shit.
This bullshit.
No offense to the women watching, but y'all the ones who came
Diamond
up with
companies.
that.
Diamond
Nah,
companies.
It's definitely companies that do that
Diamond
shit.
companies came up with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Diamond companies came up with this shit. And
Who
so
tells
it's
you that though? I've never heard another man tell me, "Oh, well, you got to make sure it's 3 months' salary." Only women have ever told me that.
No, but that's because they get it from the commercials that are like, listen, this is like the most valuable thing. Like, this is the thing you should strive for.
with 3 easy
TV.
payments of $999. Like, you
Yo,
know what I'm saying?
but wait, there's
And 37
more, 'cause
cents.
Oh,
it's
wait,
good.
there's more.
Yeah.
Get Julianne's fries. What the fuck?
Tell
Oh.
Cisco there were ads. There were ads. Cisco, come on, bro.
Yeah, they
No, I
programmed-
know there's ads, but what I'm saying is those are targeted towards women. Is what I'm saying. Men are not. That's why they had the Girls Gone Wild ads.
who made the
We're not-
commercials? Like, who's in the boardroom?
The men.
I mean, listen,
The
at the
patriarchy.
end of the day, they knew their demographic. They knew who they were targeting. They knew what they were going to get into. And, like, kudos. I mean, that's business. That's what business
You,
is.
and you want to know
Their
what's even
shit.
crazier? Is that now Kubrick zirconia is now listed as lab grown diamonds. As nice.
Oh, so
and
it ain't the cheap shit no more.
so they took they did with diamonds what Chance the Rapper did with Champion. Right? Champion was a Walmart brand. He made it pop.
Bro, that shit is wild
Hmm.
to me. You could get Champion sweaters for $10 at Walmart. You can't
5
buy a
of them, bro.
Champion sweater for less than $80 now.
I feel like this is what
And that
happened
shit is
low-key with
all in
Crocs,
Urban
no?
Outfitters and all types of shit, bro. That shit's wild.
Isn't that what happened with Crocs, too? I feel like Crocs used to be way less expensive.
Yeah.
New Balance was the
No.
same way too.
Now they're
I
like
remember back in the
77.
day.
I'm like,
I remember
bro.
back in the day, I was like, "Yo, I want a pair of New Balances," and I got clowned on. This was like maybe 10 years ago.
Those were Payless shoes.
Pay less shoes, and I said, "I like these New Balances." Bro, now New Balances are going for what? $1? How much were your New Balances? Those multicolored ones that you got? $80?
Me?
$100? Yeah.
Me?
Buck
Oh
20.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like
$1.20?
90 bucks, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You probably got them on sale.
Same with the McDonald's $1 menu. True.
I can't stand these bastards. Listen, I have never been more disappointed with food, right?
But you know what really grinds my gears?
like,
God damn it.
you know what I wanted to ask you?
Gee willikers.
Do you guys remember the first time you found or like caught your parents throwing away one of your drawings? Do you guys remember that
Oh my
moment?
god, bro. You know what's so funny? I have a stack of Peanut's drawings because I don't ever want him to see me throw them away.
I have stacks, bro, like in different places.
I told
There's so
Tierra, I
many.
literally told Tierra, you're at Target, buy a tub, and we're gonna store all the shit that he draws or does in that tub. so we don't throw it away. Because I don't like. And then I've like found his drawings at Sierra's house thrown away, and I'll like take them out of the trash can, and I'm like, why'd you throw this away? Like, what the fuck? If he opens his trash can and puts his fucking Jello pudding pop fucking container in here and sees this, his heart's gonna be broken.
He's gonna lose his mind. No. I don't remember though. I don't feel like I remember.
I remember. I just remember seeing it and being like, how fucking dare you? Like, I worked on this long and hard, fam. Like, the effort. Like, look at, can't you tell that is a dragon? Like, can't you fucking see, mom, right there? No, dude, like Elijah. Because I thought about it. Because Elijah, bro, over the weekend was trying to draw me a picture, right? And this dude couldn't get a circle down. Like, he tried to trace a cup. He tried to trace this to get a circle. And mans was crying. Whole full clip bro. Tears, bro, rolling like weeping down his face, bro. I just wanted to be good. I was like, no, get up. Like, just get up, go, dude. Like, you're getting too frustrated. This is enough now. Like, come
bro,
back.
Mine's the complete opposite. Peanut was like, Daddy, what kind of shark do you want me to draw you? And I was like, draw me a whale shark. And he was like, okay, do you want it from the top, from the side, from the bottom? And I was like, from the side. Okay, do you just want a single one or a school? And I was like, draw me a school of them. And he'd draw it. And he was like, okay, Daddy, I'm going to go put it next to your bag. What kind do you want me to draw you next? Bro, I promise you, when I get up to piss, I will grab the stack of sharks that he drew me. I promise you, it's like 7 to 10 different fucking drawings of sharks that he gave me. And I put them all in my bag to keep them. But yeah, bro, the shit's fucking mad wild. I'll never throw away any of the art that he ever gives me.
Bro,
he's the best. He's so
Mans,
funny.
I'm telling you, Mans was whole.
Oh yeah, bro. All right, I meant to ask you this off stream, but I'll ask you on stream. This is for Zero because he spent some time with Peanut and I the other day.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Genuine thoughts. What was your genuine thoughts on hanging out with Peanut? Because there was a couple times it was just you and him.
No, he's so cool. Like, the thing, I'm always scared that I'm just gonna be like boring, and I never know what to ask kids, and just like I don't know, bro. Like, you like Coco Melon or some shit, but but
it was so 3 years ago.
But kid, I don't know, because I just never like, I know like 1 of 3 things, like Roblox, and then it's like maybe some other kid. I don't know that I can't think of right now.
He doesn't play Roblox.
Bluey, maybe, I don't know. Just depends on how
doesn't
how
watch
young.
Bluey anymore. He's too grown for that shit.
Damn.
According to him, he's too grown for Bluey.
For the Bluey,
but I knew
I love Bluey.
But I knew he liked aquatic, animals and like sharks and stuff like that. So I asked him questions on that, like, do you have a favorite shark? Like, tell me a shark fact, whatever it may be. But he was really cool, and I love all the questions, but I just love like thinking about stuff like that all the time. So I loved it. I thought it was so fun. He had all the fun questions, and he was mainly asking you all the questions. But I always like listening.
Yeah, he's such a fucking nut, bro. Like, he's the funniest kid I've ever met in my life. And he doesn't stop talking. That's the crazy part about it. Like, he just talks and talks and talks the whole fucking time. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Kids are wild, bro.
It was very fun. It was very fun to see.
Good, Ben. I'm glad you've enjoyed your time with my son. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
But he was bored as shit when we went to go to the suit store.
I feel bad.
You shouldn't feel bad. I told him, bro, I always tell him, like, we can't always do everything for you, bro. Like, this is real life. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we gotta do some shit.
Sometimes you gotta do some boring shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Elijah drug him to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Does he ever tell you, like, Daddy, I'm bored? Like,
me too.
Sorry, kid.
Me too.
Ooh, I have a question to ask you, Korpsx.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to ask Elijah, who are you more afraid of, mommy or daddy? Who do you think he would say?
Me.
Why?
100%. Because I fucking get on his little noggin, bro. Like,
but like, what do you think he would say? Like, what would be like his reasoning? I'm more scared of daddy.
I don't know. Because I don't hit him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hit him. But I just think he knows, like, between mommy and daddy in an arm wrestling contest.
So here's why I asked you this, because Tara and I were having a conversation earlier last week, and she was like, she said something about like she told me I was mean to Peanut, which I don't think I'm mean at all to him. So I said, okay, let's ask him. Let's ask him who's meaner, mommy or daddy. So I asked him who's meaner, and he said, I don't know. And I said, baby, you're not gonna get in trouble. Just say who you think is meaner. It's okay. Like none of us are gonna get mad. He said, Daddy, I don't know who's meaner. I can't answer the question.
Said both of y'all motherfuckers are mean.
So I said, okay, let me ask you this. Who are you more scared of? Are you more scared of mommy or are you more scared of daddy? And he said, I'm more scared of you. And I said, why? Like, why are you more scared of me? And he said, because I don't like when you yell. Mind you, I've never yelled at Peanut. Never. Maybe I'll like talk with a stern voice. You know, you're a dad. You know how a stern like, hey, Elijah. You know, like, but I've never yelled at him. And then I said, but Bub, I don't yell at you. And then Tierra was like, oh well, you know, like you speak in a sterner voice and this and that and the other. And then he said, this is what he said to me. He said, I don't want you to spank my butt. And I said, son, you know I haven't spanked your butt for like over 3 years. And then he went and played, and I looked at Tier and I said, I did my job. Like, if I spanked him 3 years ago and he knows that he doesn't want that, so he'll be good for that reason, I did my job.
Yep.
My dad hit me one time in my whole life. 33. I'll be 33 this month. My dad hit me one time. I'm still scared of that man.
There's just I don't know.
And I told her, I said, most people, like if you ask most people, like 95% of people will say they're more scared of their father than they are their mother.
I don't know a single person alive that I've ever had any kind of relationship deep enough with them, right? Where when I was in their house, right, and when dad came home, we got the fuck outside. Like, you know what I mean? Or you tighten the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? When Pops walked through the door. Mom,
you said it before on the podcast. You said if Pops came in the garage while we were in there and he said something, it's time to go, bro.
Yeah. It's rollout time.
It's time to,
Everyone put everything down. My dad's here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew what time it was. And I mean, my dad was fucking 5'2" on a good day. You know what I'm saying? But damn if everybody wasn't like, oh, Mr. Andrade. Like, you know? That's why I hate when people call me Mr. Andrade now. It's like, dude, that's definitely my dad. I'm just Korpsx, man. I don't know. I just think, you know, as men, right? Like there's always that inclination when there's another man kind of sizing you up. You're like, oh, like, could I take you? And I just know my son knows, like, dog.
But especially when he's an OG, you know what I mean? Like, especially if it's an older cat, you know, you've been through some shit. You know, like, I'm not gonna fuck with you, bro. Yeah. You've seen plenty of shit in your life. You got the respect. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm not fucking with you. You know what I mean?
And my boy, like, that's one thing too. I've been trying to make sure, like recently too. I don't know if I talked about this on the pod, but when we would be out and we see men in uniform, you know, I'd tell him like, hey, go tell him thank you for your service. You know what I mean? Because I want him to always feel like every person he's around, like, hey, bro, you better tighten the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's older gentlemen here. Like, there's a man in uniform right here. Tighten the fuck up. Hold his door open. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
bro, so on the way to Peanut's school, in Peanut's school area, there's a lot of like, it's like a very neighborly area. Very nice neighborly area. And we were on his way to the school one time and there was a faded American flag. And Peanut said, Daddy, we should get them a new flag. And I was like astonished at first. So then I said, yeah, baby, we should probably do that. And then like we kept walking and I thought to myself, like, why does he think we should get them a new flag? So I asked him, I said, baby, what makes you want to get them a new flag? And he said, well, that one's old and they're American. So we should get them a brand new one. Bro, that shit blew my fucking mind. I was like, hell yeah, dog. Hey, I'm gonna let you go to the poll for me and vote for Donald Trump.
Hey, yo. Bro, they tried to get that fool a second time. They tried to get that fool.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
see.
wild.
Was it televised this time again?
No, it was
No,
at West Palm Beach at a golf course, bro.
Yeah,
So
he
like,
was like at a golf course. I don't know the full facts on it, but I know that he was at a golf course, and supposedly the Secret Service like shot at the dude, right?
yeah,
That's
they
crazy,
returned
bro.
fire. So
They returned fire, so he shot initially.
hold on,
Yeah, I did hear that there wasn't like a
hold
tent.
on, because maybe I'm a little fucking crazy. Let me
Okay.
get my
Say-
conspiracy theorist.
Pull it up. I'm gonna take a piss, but I still have you in my ear, so I can still hear you.
Let me get my conspiracy theorist fucking mojo on real quick. Hold on, you guys ready for this one? Because I went down a deep dive, but I'm a little fucking crazy. Okay, who knows? I'm in the Illuminati allegedly.
Jesus.
So
Oh yeah, that's true.
so Mar-a-Lago is not far from West Palm Beach, right? Like
Okay.
relative areas. So the old boy is golfing out there. And he's like on hole 15, which I guess is closer to the street, and homie popped off a couple rounds, right? And Secret Service was able to pop rounds back, and homie fled the scene and was later detained. Now, I will say that because before I was like, yo, I was like mad on that, like the Secret Service is in on it. They're letting them fucking try to kill the president. Like, you know, like because say what you want about Donald Trump, you can't have presidential candidates getting whacked, fam.
Yeah,
Like you
bro,
just
that's crazy.
you can't
is
have
crazy.
that. I don't
Yeah,
care
yeah.
what. I would say the same thing about Kamala. I would say the same thing about if Gavin Newsom was trying to be the president. I don't like you, Gavin Newsom, but like, but
No, but
I will-
anybody, bro. Like
anyone, bro,
anybody.
anyone. You don't do that, right? Like America is a better standard than that. Well, we're supposed to be. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
Anywho, fucking. So I guess law enforcement let the Secret Service know, like, hey, we got someone kind of crouching down over here. This is that and the third, because Florida also has some weird gun laws where you can like openly carry, but the thing has to be so big, and if it is so big, it has to be like, you know, they have some weird gun laws, so I don't think police could act right
As long
away.
as you're fishing and
Yeah, if you're near a fishing spot.
And I just want to say I second that. Fuck you, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Do something about these taxes, man. But they detained homie, right? And I guess old boy is like, they're painting him out as a CIA spook, bro. Because his first follower on Twitter was a ex-CIA agent. And
the shooter?
Yes, bro. And this dude is like mad wild, bro. He was in a BlackRock commercial, just like old boy who did the first shooting. And so it's like, it's getting weird out here, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people,
That's the thing is, I don't understand why there's so many assassination attempts on the guy. Like,
because they don't want him in the, they don't want him in the, for
who
both
doesn't
of them,
want him though? You know what I mean? Like,
for both of those guys to have been in BlackRock commercials is we're pushing paranoia. Like, you know what I mean? We're
this
pushing.
guy was also on a live stream or something from what I saw on TikTok. Like,
Yeah, he was on some live stream talking about the Ukrainian efforts, and he was in Ukraine recruiting people, I guess, from the public and also Germany. Now, if you've been following that shit, Germany is one of the big funders of the war, like I guess with military arms and stuff. Like if people remember, they've been asking America for weapons, and we really haven't been giving them to them like that. So for them to arm themselves, from what I've read and what I'm putting together, they've been getting it via Germany, right? And old boy's been out there, all kinds of shit, bro, like all kinds of shit. So we're about to see an episode of The Simpsons, fam. Like we're on the verge of living in a fucking cartoon, bro.
honestly, bro, if Trump gets assassinated, that would be
That'd be really bad.
insane.
What would you guys do if like the country broke up? Like don't you guys remember that Netflix movie where it was like there was like a big civil war, and then it was like California, Nevada, I think like New Mexico and Texas was all one country, and then Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, North Carolina was all one country, and then all of the upper Northeast was one country. Like what if they did something like that? Like, do you think do you think that could ever happen?
First of all, no, I don't think it would happen.
I feel like
Because as much as we don't want to believe that we're unified, we are. You know what I mean? Like if you ask if you ask anybody born from 1880 to 1995 if they love their country, I would say 98% are going to say yes. They would do pretty much anything for this country. Anybody after those dates, a little topsy turvy. And there's majority of the people from those days that I mentioned, then the opposite side.
Mhm.
So that wouldn't, it probably wouldn't happen until we're really old.
Like, I don't think enough people really understand how much they like America, because I feel, and maybe I don't know, like I feel like with people it's wrong. It feels like it's almost wrong to say like, oh, I love America, like I'm all about America, like America's number one. Like you're kind of looked at like, oh, you're a MAGA. Like I feel like that's kind of placed with like the MAGA supporters, or you're a nationalist. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the thing that I don't like is we talked about this on another episode is that all the isms and the ists that come with certain things, right? Like if you're a MAGA supporter, like you're racist, you're a bigot, you're fucking this, that, and the other. Like, no, you're not. Like, I'm gonna say it right here on this fucking live stream. I don't give a fuck. When I watched the Kamala Harris and the fucking Trump thing, both of them are fucking idiots. I think they're both dumb as fuck. I think that Kamala is a great speaker. She's a great bullshitter. She doesn't answer fucking questions, but no politicians do. Trump, worst fucking speaker I've ever seen as a president candidate in my life. In my life.
Funny.
The worst presidential speaker I've ever seen in my life. But if you're gonna sit here and ask me whose politics I'll back up more than the others, 100% I'm gonna say Trump. 100%. I agree with a lot of the things that he wants to do.
What? Like what? Like what? What does he want to do?
Tariffs?
On what? On like what does that mean?
Do you know what tariffs are?
I don't think Trump knows what tariffs are.
I think he absolutely does because he's a businessman.
No, he doesn't.
Absolutely.
There's tariffs. We got great tariffs, Frank.
Do you know what tariffs are?
From what I can gather, I've never looked up the word tariff. So officially, I don't know what it is, but in terms of context clues, it sounds like it's basically a tax on export on the opposite, whoever's sending it, basically.
Correct. So basically, let me put it to you like this: we make UTP merch, right? And we know that we can get it from China for 90 cents per shirt. So we get all of our shit imported from China because we know that it's 90 cents and we can sell our shit for $25 a piece. What Trump's trying to do is he's going to say, fuck that. You're not fucking working with China. If you want to make t-shirts, you're going to make them here in the United States. Mm-hmm. And I don't care if you pay $5, but you're going to pay them here. And if you get them imported from China, you're going to pay $10.
Why would he be in favor of tariffs?
Because that means that it creates more jobs for our country and the money stays in our country.
But wouldn't that just make things more expensive here?
No.
How so?
Because you create more jobs, which creates more revenue, which creates more money for the country instead of the money being shipped to other countries. Instead of me sending out money to China, helping China, I'm helping the United States.
Yeah, because the big thing
our money is revolving.
I wasn't big on the tariffs, right? I wasn't big on the tariffs because I don't think I should be able to do business with anyone, anywhere, right? But my order of business, which he helped promote and kind of forced on some of the companies, was they had to bring all of their business back stateside. So they couldn't have a manufacturing company out in India. They couldn't have a manufacturing company out in Mexico. It had to be in America. And that is
because
big.
Volkswagen, this is, and I can say this because I worked for the company for so long. Volkswagen, who is one of the biggest manufacturers in the company, number 2 under Toyota, Volkswagen created a new engine company in Pueblo, Mexico, to import all of their engines for their cars because it was cheaper. So if you bring that, Volkswagen has another plant in Tennessee. So if you continue to make that plant in Tennessee work harder and work more and create more money is invested in our country. More jobs are invested in our country. More people have jobs in our country. Absolutely, I'm all for that. Same thing like I'm with bigger border protection.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I'm fucking with that shit. I'm 100% with that shit. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. I mean, that shit. It was like way overboard. Do I think that shit is real? Absolutely,
Absolutely.
I think it's real.
Absolutely.
Was it something
Mhm.
that should have been said on a presidential debate? Absolutely, I don't.
There's video documentation. It's on the
I don't.
Fam.
I don't think so. But I don't think that that's something that should be discussed in a presidential debate. That I
That's
would say.
it's not the most
But
pressing
what
issue.
I will say, and let me just clear the air here for the people that are watching the show, saying that I think people that are like, oh, you don't think illegal immigrants? But listen, dreamers absolutely should be here. You had no choice. You did not know that your parents came here illegally. You're born here. You're an American. If you're a dreamer in this country, you were brought here under the age of 13, whatever the case may be. You had no say in you being brought here. Absolutely. Do I think that your college should be paid for? Absolutely. 100%. You had no choice in what country you were brought into. Dreamers, absolutely. I believe in everything that the Democratic Party wants to do for dreamers. I agree with 100%. Do I believe that people should be coming into our country illegally? Absolutely not.
See, that's the catch, though. That's
Absolutely
where
not.
people think. That's where people think that the association that I think that we have to have strong borders, right? Have to. Every country does, right? A secure border is a secure country. You know what I'm saying? And they think that just because I want secure borders, that just because someone like you said, bro, you had no choice being here, right? Like you had no choice. So you shouldn't be kicked out of this country. What the fuck? This country's rad. Like, matter of fact, you hit the goddamn jackpot, my guy. Like this place is awesome. Enjoy it. Like, you know what I mean? But because of that, you can't have weak borders because then you entice people to just swarm the border. It's like, oh, as long as I get here, my kid, like, and I get the desperation. I get it. Like, I really do. Like, and that's why, like, with Trump, I can agree with a lot of his shit. There's some stuff I just don't like. I just can't fuck with it. But
And for the record, I think Donald Trump is an absolute idiot. I think
he's a fucking whack job.
he is bonkers.
Mm-hmm. But he is brilliant
from a business perspective, which
Mhm.
I do believe that our country is a business, especially right now with all the money that we're giving out to all these other fucking countries and all the money that we're spending on absolute bullshit. Our country needs to be ran as a business to get us back to where we were.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, as much of the shit speaker that he is, he's absolutely right about inflation. He's absolutely right about there being no middle class. He's absolutely right about people not. Let me just fucking put it to you like this, okay? The fact that Kamala Harris, or I think this law already passed actually, the fact that they want to give illegal immigrants in this country opportunities to buy houses and give them $150,000. I think this is a California law, by the way. Somebody fact check me if I'm wrong. But the fact that they want to give illegal immigrants the opportunities to buy houses and give them $150,000 of a down payment in order to buy that house is absolute bullshit. I don't know the parameters around it, but from what I understand, that's what it is and what they're going to be given. If that's the case, it's absolute bullshit, bro. Why can't I go buy a house? Why can't I go do that shit?
Mm-hmm. And
You know what I mean? Like,
that's where their policies drop off for me. Like, because it's not a race thing. And that's the thing that I hate, that the media and especially like young people, right? Like, because we're young. We're from Damo to me and you, Save, we are young people, right? Compared to the voters, let alone the people who actually run the fucking country, are twice me and yours age, sometimes by a few years.
And that's why I like Vivek, bro. He was young. He was
Young
ready
cat,
to fucking
bro.
mingle.
Also,
like,
sorry, Newsom vetoed that bill, that $150,000 helping immigrants.
All right, I changed my mind. I'm back. Team Gavin Newsom, baby. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck Gavin. Did he really veto
I'm
it?
kidding.
But so it
Yeah.
didn't go into play? Because I heard that law was passed.
It's wild.
At least from what I'm reading here, Gavin Newsom
And
voted a bill on
Kamala
Friday that-
Kamala was endorsing that. A segment of that law.
She was. I've seen the ads. I think she's a brilliant
It's
woman.
not a race thing, bro. Listen. If you want to come into this country, by all means, make your way into the country, but do it legally.
And listen,
And go ahead. And I'll say something after.
with Harris, I think she's brilliant. Right? She's sure, whatever. People want to say that she's slept with people to get to the top. Whatever. Who hasn't? Right? Who hasn't?
She's an alcoholic just like me.
Whatever. She gets freaky on the weekend. Who cares, right? I don't give a fuck. She fucked a couple big name people. You do that when you hang out in parties with big name people. That's just socialite. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side, the dude is also a fucking whack job, right? He gets a little crazy. He gets rowdy out here, right? I like some of his policies. Some of them I don't.
He gets shit done though.
Both of them. At this point right now, both of them. But my issue is that Harris wasn't duly and truly elected. The people had no say. If you're a Democratic voter, you had no say in it, right? And I've been a Democrat my whole life. There was a point where I was a fucking socialist. Like, you get what I'm saying? Say we've had our argument, right?
That fucking Bernie Sanders rah bullshit when he was in Oxnard. You were all about it, and I'm like, oh, you want to deal with little Bernie? Like, you sitting there with his coat on? Man, Bernie Sanders would have rolled. I can tell you that. But go ahead. That's besides the point.
But it's just like, it's you cheated, right? You skipped the line. And I don't care if all of you people, right, got together and made that decision. That's not how this works, right? I elect you and you speak for me, but I tell you what I want, right? You don't just get to assume. You get me?
Yeah, that's how democracy works.
Of the people by the people, right? And so I can't get behind it. I'm a Democrat and I voted blue no matter who, but it's hit the point now where I can't. I didn't vote for Biden and I wanted to vote for Bernie, and that's what broke my heart when I watched them snub him. And then you have this now, and so it's just got to stop.
He has no chance. Bernie never has a chance ever.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop the foolishness. Like, people, I don't care how bad you don't like the guy. You know what I mean? Like, this great big boogeyman who's Donald Trump. Like, you swear he's a dictator, but when he was in office, he wasn't a dictator. Like, what did he do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Really, what did he do?
And he even, bro, that's the point that's one of the biggest points, right? Is that when Donald Trump was president for 4 fucking years, we had no war. There was no war in the world. And then as soon as this motherfucker is no longer president, a year and a half.
Wait. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how much we could attribute to just the timing of something based off of, because by the way, wouldn't shit have been starting to pop off under Trump?
How many pictures of Biden and Putin have you seen together? How many pictures of Trump?
Want to see
and
Trump
what's the North
Putin?
Korean fuck's name? Kim
Jong?
Our dear leader,
Kim Jong-un.
How many
pictures of have you?
Why would I want to see them together, bro?
Because you need that for diplomacy.
Why? Because it's world peace. Because there's peace, and we're not spending money on war. You know how much money we spent on the Ukrainian and Russian war?
Why are they
trillions of dollars, bro?
On
trillions.
What? On what?
On the Ukrainian and Russian war. And guess what? Trump and Putin were buddies. That's why he didn't invade. That's why he left them alone.
Well, there was some weird shit that's been going on for a while with us and them. And though Putin does like him, I think historically, I don't think Biden and him have ever got along. Because I can't remember.
Yeah, back when the Obama
in the Obama administration, I don't think they ever got out there.
Sorry,
you know what I'm saying?
Really super quick fact check. It's 55.7 billion in the Ukraine thing.
Okay, 55.7.
It's not trillion, bro. That's magnitudes off. I just wanted to fact check.
Still enough money.
But it's not trillions.
No, look up.
It's a lot of money.
Look up what we spent trillions on. There's something that we've spent trillions of dollars on.
We have only there's only so much debt we're indebted to China.
There is something that we spent trillions of dollars on. I promise you.
There's definitely some trillions of dollars that's gone.
We spend that's like on our military funding in general. Yeah. But I don't know. I was also trying to look up Trump's like policies. I've just like skimmed through it. I don't know. A lot of it is just like tax relief, middle class.
Mm-hmm.
But like they're mirroring each other almost because like Kamala Harris.
The
also,
federal government spent 6.13 trillion in 2022. Hold on, let me see.
Now I know that there's a big thing that people are getting, and I need to look into it more too because I don't understand what Project 2025 is really. Other than this idea of what he said in the beginning of his campaigning, of which was drain the swamp. And everybody's first paranoia back then was oh, well, he's just going to drain the swamp and replace him with his people. It's like, well, if we trust the process, you know.
But he literally said on national television, that has nothing to do with me. I do not endorse 2020 or whatever the fuck the 2025 bullshit.
Yeah, Project 20.
He said that on national television.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Kamala keeps going back to that.
So there's something there. And when you read what they describe it as, is that he wants to, end certain agencies and this and that and remove certain positions and then find a way to install his people and create new things. It's like, well, let's talk about some of these lettered fucking agencies we got. Like for a long time, for so long, like let's just remove who we're talking about as candidates for a second, because I don't know what happened to our society, right? Where for forever, we're forever. Let's just remove, because I'm over trying to fucking, I don't even care who wins the president anymore because I'm scared. I am literally scared. Like,
man, I don't want either one of them to win. Honestly.
I like, mom needs to pick me up.
Like, somebody needs to come out of the fucking blue and just open their shirt with a big S on it and be like, I'm the president now.
So people our age who listen to our music, who do similar things that we do, are all about having the FBI, who are all about having these agencies who monitor and track us, and like, yay, the police, like, lock down, guys, listen to the government. Like, you know what I mean?
What
like,
people are you talking about? Because the people that I know from our generation don't want any of that.
There's a cool little wave of people out there. And
what happened to all cops are bad and defund the police? What happened to that shit? Black lives matter, remember?
You get what I'm saying? And there was just as much of a flip-flop, right? Where at 1 second they were ready to defund the police, but then the next second they say, oh, you got to get this shot or you can't go in Disneyland. And they're like, oh, well, fuck it. Like, trust the science. Like,
yeah, Oogie Boogie's bashes this weekend.
My man. So it's just weird. It's like weird, bro. It's weird. It's weird how people are so quick to move wherever that pendulum swings. You know what I mean? And
because the pendulum swings, Pudge, that's the crazy part. There's a lot of people who have no value. They don't stand on value. They don't give a fuck, bro. They just go with whatever everybody else wants. Mm-hmm. Name me one policy that's good that Kamala has. Name me fucking one, bro. I just named you two from Trump, and I don't even like the motherfucker.
It was like tariffs and like that. What does that even mean though? Like
the fact that we can,
bro, but there's no like percentages to like who or like what or like, and then like border protection. Like we've been saying that for the last how many years, and like nothing's changed. He was president for 4 years, and nothing fucking. Well, like, bro.
Biden has been president for 3.5 years, and look how many illegal aliens are in our fucking country right
now. But
his
stance was never like bro, we're gonna fucking crush the borders. Like, bro, yeah, no shit. Everything's been like that was never his promise. He never promised that.
But should that not be something that the president
But if that's your pivotal point of if that's your pivotal point of doing so, then why wouldn't everything have changed?
It should be a pivotal point of the country, Damien. Let me ask you a question.
That's not what that's not what the whole country agrees on. That's what the elected president of the last, not of the last 4 years, but of a 4-year period had time to do and didn't do.
But what I'm saying is that not something that should be on the agenda for a president?
Whether it should or shouldn't be
No,
isn't the
that's not what I'm
question.
asking you.
It's that's not what the question.
I'm asking you that question. Should that not be on the agenda of a president, of somebody that runs this country? Should that not be the agenda? That's what I'm asking you.
It is almost the second, or I would say probably, yeah, close second one B of importance, right? Like when it comes to a presidency, and zero's right, and it makes me think back where it's like this argument over immigration in and out of the country has been happening since time in memoriam. Like, you know what I mean? And like look back at the days of the docks, right, where when the Jews and the Italians and these Frenchmen, Irishmen were coming into New York through Staten Island, like, you know what I mean, didn't even know how to write their names, like, you get me? And people back
signed
then,
and scribbled. They had to sign though.
they had to sign their name.
Yeah.
Some of them received names, like they had no last name, like they were somebody else, like, you know what I mean, and they received new names. Some of them were, you know, escaping persecution, all kinds of shit, whatever. Even back then, it hit a certain point in New York where they were saying, "Hey, we got to slow this down. Like we got to slow this down. Like there's too many people coming in, right?" And so this isn't an innate, like, and people are making it an innately Trump issue or Biden issue or Republican versus Democrat issue. This is just a national security issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I will say, right, that I guess during his administration, it was low immigration, illegal immigration arrests. Doesn't mean that people still weren't coming over the fucking border, though. They just weren't getting caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? Correct. So my thing is with all the different policies that these fools keep throwing at the wall, the only thing I really fucking care about, and I guess it's sad to say, is where's my money going? Like, I work way too much to be making so fucking little, and like the roads suck, you know, the fucking like this whole place is in shambles, you know, people are hungry. What the fuck is going on out
here? Because here's the thing, Pudge. And the argument that I hear about this when I start talking about these things, and I know I talk passionately about it. I'm sorry, Zero, if you think I fucking came at you
bro, I'm
crazy.
coming at I'm coming.
But here's my thing: is that people genuinely think that it's like I'm going against Mexicans type shit. It has nothing to do with Mexicans, bro. It has nothing to do against Mexican people, because the motherfuckers that you hear about in these news profiles are what? Haitians, Venezuelans, all these fucking, like, all these other countries that have nothing to do with Mexico. But let me ask you a question. If I go on a cruise, I have to show my passport. If I fly into fucking Europe, I have to show a fucking passport. Even if I cross the border into Mexico now, I have to show a fucking passport. So how the fuck are all these immigrants getting into our country and being able to stay here? That is an issue.
I think
that is an issue.
It's actually.
So wait, no, hold on, because you didn't answer my fucking question, Zero, and I'm gonna go back to my question. Do you not think that as a president, that should be a top issue? You are running a country.
Yeah, but I think
millions, Damien,
you know.
millions of illegal immigrants are coming into this country right now. Millions. Do you not think that is an issue? And do you not think that is something that a president should handle?
Yeah, but the thing is that both of them have that in mind. Like, both of them have these issues in mind in terms of, like, border protection, things like that. Yeah, I'm reading.
Kamala Harris is a VP right now.
I'm looking at Kamala Harris. So this is just from what I'm reading. Obviously, fact check this, and this is just what I read. So apparently, there's something called a bipartisan border security bill that Donald Trump blocked that would have allowed for more resources to our borders. And so I don't now. Obviously, I don't understand the timeline. I would imagine it was when Donald Trump was in office, but for whatever reason, he blocked it. And when it was in, because I guess and I'm just reading this and skimming through this, it seems like it was in effect at some point, bringing us to the lowest amount of, illegal immigrants. And also it points importance to drug prevention from like coming into the country with things like fentanyl and stuff like that coming across from the borders, and obviously other drugs. But I mean,
That's drug prevention.
But Donald Trump blocked that. No, but it also prevents from other illegal immigrants to take advantage of loopholes. At least that's what it states it's supposed to do. And there are things like, I'm trying to think of the word. There's seeking asylum. Seeking asylum is like
asylum?
one of the biggest things that people take advantage of. If I'm to understand it correctly, is the biggest thing that people just like, oh, I'm seeking asylum, come into the country, and then just like never report back and never, because like so many people are doing so, and so many people are coming in. They have to deal with so much shit that if you seek asylum, you basically like take a ticket and then you go live in the country because we have to keep you safe for a while, and then you're just kind of not forgotten about. But there's so many people that you end up just living here at some point, and it's just kind of how you end up getting in here.
That's
like a loophole.
Though?
But that's a loophole, yeah. And this is, from what I'm reading, the bill that Donald Trump prevented from going through or canceled out completely. I really don't know. I'm just skimming through this. Was aimed to protect one of those loopholes or that loophole. It just says loopholes. I don't know if that is, the asylum.
Yeah, now I know he has had a big. I remember even listening to a thing where it was saying like when it's bringing up issues, when he blocked that, it became a bigger issue amongst Republicans where it was like, we need to introduce single issue bills and make that a requirement. Because when you're looping in, oh, well, we're going to have immigration reform and all this, and this is a bipartisan, but they get amnesty, like they can seek asylum. It's like, no. This is about like, that's where people start drawing the line. And even though you can get, and it's a great part of the American system, you can get all these people in Congress to agree and the president can still veto it. Right. And then it goes back to Congress. And obviously Congress couldn't agree a second time. So, hey, bro, somebody didn't do their job politicking properly. You know what I mean? And that's a hard one. And it sucks because still Harris has no answer to that because people don't want asylum seekers anymore. And they're over it. They know it's a lie. They know that people are just coming here. We've all done it. We've all done it at the lunch line. You know what I mean? We've all done it.
Get free lunch.
Yeah, we all done it.
Use my homie's code real quick.
Bro, we all done it. Come on, stop fucking playing. If I was sneaking into a country, that's exactly what I would fucking say. Like, oh, Roberto told me that if I tell them I'm seeking asylum, they're going to let me through. Listen, bro, they're going to give you a couple shots. They're going to hand you a gift card and drop you off in Arizona. Just tell them you're seeking asylum. And it sucks because there's people who are truly seeking asylum and they're getting grouped in. And I understand that.
And that's what creates the problem. That's what creates the problem. Because there is people that do need help. And they're not getting the proper help because people are fucking it up for them.
And it's like, how do you prove that you're seeking asylum? Like, how dare you?
I was about to say, like, yes, you're gonna screw it for what is it?
Screw them, bro. Screw them. You know why? Because we have to make sure that our fucking country is safe and sound.
And see, and that's what's vicious about reality. Because if you truly want to protect your country and you see that loophole, you have to 86 it. You have to cut it off but that's what.
And I will say it a million fucking times over, bro. Fuck them.
That's what's
I'm fucking American, and I want to make sure this country stays safe.
I got
my child and my friends.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on. What?
I'm trying to think. So, like, I get that there's like a reality to it, but do you not think that a governmental body has some level of responsibility of the well-being of mankind in general?
No. Absolutely not.
No.
You know what they care for and what they should care for? The people of their country.
Because I do not want a German or a Russian or a Chinaman trying to come over here tell me how I need to live my life, how the American way should be. No, we live like Americans. We have certain rights and rules.
And granted, based on what Putch is saying, you have to understand that the American way is a melting pot of all of that.
Yes.
Right? But it's those people that immigrated to our country legally and became part of the system and are willing to abide by this system that have a say in what happens here in this country.
Because there was a bunch of people, right? And I'll even go as far as to say this because I'm Native American, right? My people have no other place. But there was a list of people who came here and could get along right? And they left the issues that they had in their old country in the old country, but they brought some of the most beautiful things here with them, right? I love a pastor taco, right? I love pancit, bro, with some garlic fried chicken and a little bit of rice, right? Like,
Schnitzel, shawarma,
bro,
fucking
I love it.
Panda Express. Thank you, Chinese.
I
No,
love
I'm
it.
just I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I love those things. I love those things, right? But in their country, right? In their country, they're not allowed, women aren't allowed to vote. You can't say that you want a different political party. You can't hop on here at 9 o'clock at night, right? And have a podcast without somebody saying something about it, right? Like this very conversation is not allowed to be had, you know? So here in America, that's why I don't want America fiddling around over there. Why are we dealing with that? I don't care what the fuck is going on over there. Like I love you guys and I pray for you, all that stuff, but I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, and I don't want you guys telling me how to live mine, right? I'm sympathetic to your struggles. I see it and I'm with you, and I'll help you any way that I humanly can, unless it starts to impede on me and my family and our well-being. I can't do that. I can't allow that. Like
And granted, right? Like I said earlier, nobody has the say on where they're born, what nationality they are, the country that they grew up in, any of that. But everybody has the opportunity to come to the best country in this world legally, and if you come here, then you abide by the rules. That's just how it goes, bro.
No,
if you join a country club,
Wait, but
you
like
abide by the rules, or you get kicked out of the fucking
Yeah.
country club.
but like they'll get deported. Like people get deported.
absolutely.
But you shouldn't be here in the first place.
I understand, but like if you don't abide by like you get deported. No,
But you not necessarily.
Not always, but
I'm
sorry.
Well, no system's perfect. Not always, but like that is the general rule.
Sure, but let's figure out how to perfect the system. Because as of right now, it's going backwards.
I'm just confused on like what harm if. So I agree. If you're playing by the rules, cool. Let bygones be bygones. But if like you're causing a mess, you're doing some dumb shit, you're doing some illegal shit.
Oh wait, but what were you about to say before? What harm?
I'm trying to figure out like what is exactly like the harm, the threat to the U.S.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
This is a curiosity, by the way.
You've been googling stuff all night, right?
This is curiosity.
How many
not
illegal
like a
immigrants?
gotcha.
How many illegal? I know it's never going to be a gotcha in this situation.
Gotcha.
How many illegal immigrants have been reported in the United States in 2024?
Illegal immigrants
reported in U.S. 2024
in 2023. You don't want to get those numbers?
Nope.
4 is probably not going to be complete.
I just want 2024. Just for the sake of argument.
But like, I don't think they're going to be complete. CBP released June 2024 monthly. This is a monthly update, but I don't think they're going to have like a.
Okay, give me last month and this month.
Says June.
Give me the last 3 months. Okay, June.
This is a long document.
Does it have a number? I just need a number. I just need a number to make my
argument.
argument.
I control F? What? Presidential page of Biden is temporarily suspended. I don't know. Across the border, potential 29% lower than in May, so it seems like it's going down. Monthly border patrol. So the board January.
Went down a month.
Lower than
a month later because all of them came the month before. But go ahead.
Lower monthly total on the border. Bro, but how, like, what do you mean? What?
Yeah, I mean, if 10 million come in 1 month and then 5 million come the next month, it's because, the other half came the month before.
Okay, Richard.
Lowest monthly total of the Border Patrol along the southern border since January 2021. I mean, like, that's within, like, a 3-year, what, 3 year span?
That's the time of the presidency of our great president, Sleepy Joe.
That's Joe Biden.
What's the amount? What's the amount?
I don't know. It doesn't give me. It gives me percentages. I mean, what? 29% lower than May 2024.
Burying that number.
Fucking look it up.
They're burying that number, dude. The harm. You want to know what the harm is? There's really no harm in any illegal immigrant being here, right? When you think immediate impact, there's none. But when you begin to think of where does the money begin to trickle, right? Where does this money? Because if
where do the jobs go?
fuck the jobs, right? Because illegal immigrants
but
will
huge.
work all the jobs that these dudes don't want to work, and I give them that. My problem is though is where does your money go?
I hate that fucking excuse, bro. I hate that excuse.
It's going untaxed, right? And it's going to a different country.
No, I wouldn't say it's going untaxed. I wouldn't say it's going untaxed because my uncle was illegal and worked at a job where he did get taxed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he may have been working under a different social security number, but the money was still taxed. The job was still taxed.
But
so I don't want to use that argument because it's not untaxed. Government is still getting their money. That I will not argue against. But it is, you are taking away from somebody else of this country getting the job.
Even if there's a small percentage, right? Even the 1% of the 1% guys, right, who may be working untaxed, it's not right. There's people who have lived in this country 90 years, worked their fucking ass off, and pay every single piece of their fucking taxes. You can't do it. It's not allowed. We all have to play by the same fucking rules, my guy. It's just the rules. You feel me? On top of that, right, you got to start asking, the real issue is you got to start asking, and I'm not talking about the people who come here and make a thriving fucking life and contribute to the fucking communities and all this stuff. I'm talking about motherfuckers who come here, right, just to take advantage of the systems that we have set up, right? That causes me, right, when you start having programs developed for illegal immigrants with like as far as like food stamps and debit cards and licenses and all this stuff, like, okay, like you want all this stuff, my tax money also goes towards that. Like, what's going on here? So if you really ask me, like, you want to know what I think a presidential candidate should fucking pitch is if you come here illegally, all right, we find you, check it out. We're going to force citizenship on you, right? You're going to have to serve in our military or do some kind of serving of some kind of public service, right? You need to know X, Y, and Z of the laws of the state that you reside in. Cool. And now you're an American citizen. Congratulations. You pay your fucking taxes.
My arguments kind of are null and void from what Korpsx just said because of the fact that I'm saying that dreamers can be in this country and get their college paid for. That is something that I truly believe in that. Like, that is one, I guess you could say, democratic thing that I'm truly for.
Do you think college should be free for everybody, though?
I think
that's why I can't do it.
I think college should cost less. But I don't think that college should be free for everybody. I personally don't.
Wait, why would you think that they should be paid for dreamers then?
Because of the fact that you didn't ask to be in this country. You were forced into this country by your parents.
Mexico has amazing colleges.
So sure I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do, but you don't live in Mexico.
Well,
that's my only argument. That's the only thing that null and voids everything that I have to say towards what you just said. Because I do agree with a lot of the things that you just said, but because I believe in dreamers, because I believe that could you imagine being 3 years old and not knowing that you're an illegal immigrant?
I can't give you free school though. I'll let you live in my country. That's the thing. I will sign that off 100%. But if you are not going to allow my son to go to college for free, he didn't choose to be born here either. Like, he didn't choose to be born at all. Like, me and his mom, matter of fact, came to that agreement, and he wasn't part of the
but you have the advantage of being part of this country and being born here.
And they have that same benefit by being able to live here and go to the public schools. Right? If they're under 12, right? If they came here, it's like what the age is like 13. That's middle school. They had every chance to go to middle school, every chance to go to high school, and then
that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I will say that I can't argue against. I do believe dreamers should be able to stay in this country. They should be able to get their citizenship, and they should be able to go to.
Matter of fact, I'm so
maybe not university. Maybe I'll argue that. Maybe not a university, pristine, not Stanford or shit like that.
Community college.
Sure, they should be able to have their schooling paid for. Absolutely, I think that's a fair exchange. Personally, I think that's fair, and I like to be fair. That's a fair exchange.
That can't be federally mandated, though. State mandate for sure.
Maybe state mandated for places that have borders, right? California, Texas.
But if a dreamer ends up in Montana, right?
Well, then maybe you're out of luck. You know what I mean? That's just how the world works.
Well, the states should be able to abide by the way that they see fit. You know, that is where I am.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that being a state mandated thing. I could get behind that, right? And let's go. Since we're digging real deep here, let me just be a little against the grain on this. Another thing that was brought up in the debate, the Roe v. Wade thing, right? Kamala Harris says that she's gonna bring back women's rights, which I don't like the way that that's segmented. I don't like the way that that's put, because
you think men can get pregnant too. I appreciate that progressive.
According to a lot of the people in this world right now,
they fucking
men can get pregnant.
They can.
But
damn,
here is my thing, and here is why I'm not gonna say I fully agree with the Roe v. Wade being overturned. I'm not gonna say that. I do think women should have absolute rights over their body. I will say that. Okay. But what Roe v. Wade being overturned did is show that we as a people in each of our states have the right to vote for that. It is no longer federally mandated.
Yes.
It is a state by state process. And if you really follow politics and you really understand, you know that, bro, pretty much half our fucking votes don't even fucking matter for presidency and things of that nature, because it all goes to the electoral college. It all goes to what color our fucking state is. But what does matter for our votes is state mandated votes. Yes. That does matter for the people. So if our state, if the majority of people say, yeah, I don't think that's right that women should have abortions, or I do think that women should have abortions, that is your society. That's where you live. That's what the people of your place are telling you or are saying. I absolutely agree with the fact that it should be a state voted thing, because the people in your society, in your community, are agreeing or disagreeing with you.
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I do believe it should be a state mandated thing, or voted for through the state.
And I think there's a reason. And I think there's a reason why there's nothing in healthcare in our Bill of Rights or in our Constitution. Like there's nothing about healthcare in there, right? And because, these are our God-given rights. And I think some people forget that childbearing, right, is not just a natural inclination, that there is women who can't have children, right? And so
we're about to go down a slippery fucking slope right here. I already can fucking feel it. So
to have it federally mandated, right, that people can partake, because and I only make this point because I know somebody, right, who had several miscarriages, and if she got pregnant again, she was risking dying because of it, right? And she went out and got pregnant again. Like really tried. Like it was someone who tried. And when we start talking about life-saving care, how about life-saving actions, like, or behaviors from us as people? You know what I mean? Like, we got to be more responsible with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And so for it to be federally protected or mandated is kind of wild, right? Because I already have all the mandated things that I need, right? I have the right to to bear arms. I have the right to say the things that I need to say. I have the right to pray to who I want to pray to. I have the right to fucking form a militia. And you can't put a soldier in my house, homeboy. You want to know why? Because I have the right to have a gun. Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But nowhere in there do they ever talk about, well, yeah, if your girl gets pregnant and she's a little sick, you know, this and that, like, because that's not something that we gotta guarantee for every single person. Like, because you can have your beliefs, of, oh, well, we're just gonna ride this out, and if I die, I die. Then there's other, like, you know, we know about that. We know.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Corpse. That makes me sick when I hear this argument, right? And when the fuck did we become a fucking politician fucking podcast? Like, what the fuck? This happens all the time.
How did we get off into the debate? Where did that?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I think I did. No, I did.
No shot. No shot.
No, I did.
Somebody brought up the debate, and
I did. I did.
I might have pushed it too, though.
Here's the thing that makes me sick about the abortion argument, and God damn it, I'm so sorry. Like, women, I don't think that you guys should not have rights, and I don't think that you my body, my choice. Like, I do believe in those types of things. I do. But I'm just coming from a factual point of view. The thing that makes me sick with this argument is that people always bring up rape and incest, right? Like, oh, if somebody is raped and they get pregnant, then they should have the opportunity to abort the baby.
Yes, I believe in that.
But, bro, that is literally like 1%, 2% of conception in this fucking world, in this country. So, like, why do we have to bring up the sliver of the argument? Like, I believe that somebody that just wants to go out and party and gets pregnant should have an abortion? I don't. I really don't.
Is not.
Oh yeah, I get pregnant. I go fuck somebody. I'm gonna go get pregnant. Let me go have an abortion. No,
it's sorry. There was a study done in 1996, stating that it's 5%.
How long ago was that? 18 years ago.
5% is
the national. 5% is.
I'm sorry, 28 years ago. 27 years ago.
The result of national rape, grape. Should we be saying that? I don't know on YouTube. Pregnancy rate is 5% per rape.
Oh, and listen.
Oh, 5%. 5%.
And most aborted pregnancies, from a statistic that I had most recently looked at, was majority of them are happening like within the first trimester, you know, heading into the second, which is relatively early. Like, you know what I mean? Which, when you think of all things included, you know, my issue, right, is that there's a moral viability here, right, for me, which I smash into. For me, thankfully for me, I will never be pregnant, right? So I have an issue of trying to tell someone what they need to do with their body, because I'm an American and no one's going to tell me what I'm going to do with my body. You feel me? So I have a problem, but I can't. If every adult woman has the ability to vote for an issue, right? And if they're not getting together and doing that, right, then and it just sucks to say it this way, but to me it makes me feel like the issue is not important enough to you, right? Now we can get into they don't have the ability to go vote, and, you know, the people in the rural areas and blah blah blah. Like, I know, and I'm sorry, but we're all allotted that same opportunity. Like, they can't make it any easier for us, fam. Like, in some countries that don't even have this. Like, so please just take advantage of what we do have, you know. So is every state, how can I force a state 3,000 miles away to behave the same way of somebody 3,000 miles in the opposite direction? I just can't do that. Because I got fuck New York, right, coming over here trying to tell us Californians how to live, you know. That everything,
like, we can't, like, to some degree we can't be fractured off so much so that, like, within our own state line, like, that's why to some degree it's like, but then, like, what, so to what degree can that be taken to? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, rightfully so. Like, there's only certain things that the federal government
but
can
like,
tell us that
okay,
we can
let's
do
say
and we
we didn't
can't
have
do.
like the what is it, the Constitution, the right to bear arms and things like that. Like, can we be fractured enough to where like in California you couldn't bear arms, and then in like
If
Nevada
we
you
didn't
can
have
No.
the Constitution,
go to
you're
the
saying if we didn't
I'm
have the
saying yes. If you
if we
didn't
didn't
have
have
the
the Constitution, then
Constitution,
we wouldn't be America. Then
So think of it like
everything,
this.
everybody
but
would
those
be.
are like the substantial bases that everybody wants to point at because it was. By the way, you're the one that hand waved the 19 whatever a study, but you don't want to hand wave something that was written at the foundation of the U.S.
What do you mean? What
Because
study did I want to
because
wait? Are you talking to
The
me or
if
Corp?
you look, hold on, if
say
you
it.
look at the Bill of Rights and how it is written and the way they wrote it is a perfect step by step of how to build a country. Right? First, they must be able to speak to each other. Then they have the right to bear arms because then I can say what I truly feel and you can say what you truly feel and we're going to act right. Then I have the right to practice my religion, form a militia. No soldiers are allowed to be quartered in my home. X, Y, and Z. It's all the way that you build a country. One, build it up, but also protect it from itself.
Well, and the right to bear arms is also to protect yourself from the government.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can overturn your government.
If
You
so
have the
need
right
be.
to do that.
If so needed be. And the thing is the way I look at the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, right, is like an electrical code, right? Electrical coding. So the National Electric Code sets the standard, the bare minimum, right? This is what you're allowed to have: so many wires, so many straps, so much this, so much that. Now a state like California can enforce stricter codes, right? Oh, instead of every 3 feet, it needs to be every, foot and a half. Boom, 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 boom. They can do that, but they cannot go lower than what the national guideline states. So in California, you cannot take my guns. If I had this whole room filled with guns, you can't take them, but you can enforce where I take them,
How much ammunition you have?
Yeah.
What you have on your guns?
how you buy them, the background checks, the this and that. I believe in. I believe in having background checks. I have.
But here's another thing, right? Is you also have to understand, just like Korpsx just said, in California, I cannot carry my gun outside on my hip. I cannot carry my AR around my chest. But I can have the gun. I also can't have certain modifications on my gun because I live in this state. But you can't take away from the fact that I can own these guns.
Because a sawed-off shotgun, right? 10-gauge sawed-off shotgun is a powerful weapon, right? It's very dangerous. You can stuff it in your pants, right? Like it's a very dangerous weapon. California, in majority of California, you don't need it, right? But you go out into the fucking sticks of North Dakota, South Dakota, you might come across a fucking bear. You're going to need a weapon
Or
just that size.
cougar, puma,
Something
fucking
just
boar.
that size, my guy. So I'm not going to tell somebody in California, hey, you should be buying this gun. It should be equipped on you all day, every day. Because why? You don't need that fucking gun here, bro. Like, or at least carrying it around, right?
But on the
Montana,
other side of that token, we have the right
to own it.
vote to say that we can carry guns like that.
Yes.
We
But
do
wait,
have that
okay,
right.
but at its base, the right to, and you gave examples of this, the right to carry and bear arms is
There's-
well.
Whoa, the right to bear arms. That is what the Constitution says. The Constitution says that we have the right to carry arms. It just says that we have the right to bear them.
Mm-hmm.
So just have them
Carrying
in
is-
your possession.
To have them, yes.
We can have guns.
Okay.
Carry them is a complete different.
Yeah,
that's
a
why
statement.
us in
That's a
Florida
statement.
are different. Us in Arizona are different.
That's fine.
That's why. Okay.
But it's
Us in
for
Texas.
essentially the well-being of the people, whether that be from the government, whether that be from
Their neighbor.
each other. That
Mhm.
yeah,
It's,
exactly.
if anything, it's against the government.
It's more for
And-
against the government. Yeah.
That is what that law was written for. It was written to overturn your government. In the event that you need to overturn your government, you have the right to bear those arms in order to overturn your
But
government.
but in hopes of self-preservation.
Yes, at all times.
Correct.
Would
And
you
these
say?
were God-given rights
Okay.
that every
Okay.
human being should be able to have to them. That's why I think America is rad.
So, if it's in the hopes of self-preservation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be reasonable to at least allow for abortion in the event of a complication or some sort of self destructive thing that is happening within you and your body and possibly your baby, without the ramifications of a doctor going to jail, or without the hopefully the mother doesn't get arrested or the father doesn't get arrested or charged with anything because they've stepped over the boundaries. Well, let's say that they're in a state within, because they couldn't go anywhere else.
Hold on, I want to be a little rhetorical with you.
Sure.
Because I understand the question, right? But let's ask this a different way.
It's never been 2-on-1 against you, Damien. This is crazy.
Well, because this is because the Bill of Rights is so important to me that this is where I smash into this.
Okay.
What if she doesn't want it? What if I look at her and say, "Ma'am, you are going to die if you have this baby"? She goes, "We're going to ride. My God will take care of me."
That's all.
Do I then force her, because I'm a doctor, sworn to protect every life that comes into my office? Am I euthanizing her by allowing her to go? Like, if it's 100% chance, like, ma'am, you are going to die. Like, matter of fact, you're dying right now. Like,
Yeah.
Do I allow her to walk out my office?
That is a good question.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you another question, also based off of kind of what you said with the self-preservation thing, because you're talking about such a minuscule amount.
So it shouldn't matter.
Minuscule percentage.
Then it should be an easy go for it.
What should be an easy go for it? What do you mean?
Like,
what do you
mean? If in the event, if it's minuscule and it shouldn't matter, or it's not that big of a deal, then it should be like okay. Like,
no, you
that
die
should be fine.
For the greater good.
What's the greater good?
It's such a small percentage of what is going to happen to you. You die.
What do you mean? I'm confused.
You die and the baby dies.
How is that the greater good? You have 2 less people in the world.
But is such a minuscule amount. How many people are in the United States of America?
I think 300 million. Like, half of those are probably adults.
300 million? I'm pretty sure it's more than that.
People are in
pretty
the
sure it's
US.
more than 300 million people.
It's 333 million.
Okay, what's 5% of that?
I don't know. What is...
I'm gonna sound very fucking crazy for saying this.
I'm gonna stand back. Watch as you do this right now.
I want you to answer Korpsx's question after this, but
okay. It's... Where's the comma supposed to be? 1, 2... Hold on. 1, 2, 3... I don't know. It's some million. I think 16 million? So 300?
No, there's no way it's 16 million, is it? 5%? What'd you say? 330 million?
333 million.
333 million.
Yeah, I think it's like 16 million.
16 million.
60 million people.
You can't just 16 million people, bro. That's a lot of people.
We're in, like, let's take a time warp, right? And let's go back to the days that these guys were signing the Bill of Rights, right? These were dudes who were in the middle of war. These guys were 23, 24 years old, fighting a whole another fucking country, right? Is there stuff that they may have overlooked to guarantee as rights to people? Sure. Did they anticipate?
Because it's a minuscule amount.
I don't even think of it. It was an obscure idea back then. There was no such thing, right? Like, sure, there was some elixirs and stuff that they would give to women who would kill a kid, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but if you died during childbirth, your child lived.
Even if it died, our founding fathers just didn't have, I think, that in their scope.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even if they died, like, hey, you tried.
I just can't. So with this whole thing of the woman in the doctor's office, right? My thing is I let her leave. If you choose to die, right? Like I don't know how I'm supposed to sit with that. Like you're not letting me help you. I can't force my help onto you. Then I guess you got to go home. Then even if I make all this stuff available, right? So the choice of the childbearing in the beginning is always with the people. You lay down and have sex, right? And I'm not talking about the special cases because I think that should be guaranteed to them based again off their state, right? I think insurances nationwide should be able to have that type of provision wrapped in there just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like they need an emergency surgery or whatever to get this done. Like I think insurances should have that type of provision in there. I don't know how you federally mandate that. I don't know how you mandate that at all. But I can't
I
tell
agree with that.
I can't tell someone though to pay taxes towards programs that they don't believe in, or in special cases, let's talk about the 5%. Special cases that they're like, nah, fuck that, right? Who is it? Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in blood transfusions.
Mm-hmm.
That's life-saving care. And if you did that to them, they would riot because you're impeding on their faith, which is protected by our Bill of Rights. And if someone's belief says that killing a child is just they have the right to believe that. Matter of fact, you have a
100%.
right to devote on that policy. But if it's federally mandated, I take that right away from them. And I can't do that. I just can't.
To my understanding, Roe v. Wade just protected the fact that you were able to do it. No?
I don't know.
I've been able to
read, it was saying that federally, you were able to abort a baby.
So
from what I understand, to the second trimester, and that was your right.
So I don't know what the
federally.
I don't know, because I don't know what trimester, how far or like soon that is. I don't know if that's wild to say. It might have been on a little bit more of a wild scale.
Typically, I think it's typically 14 weeks, 12 to 14 weeks. I think.
Like this is a full living being.
But it sounds like that bill was just in regards to the choice. And that's fine if you don't want to do that. That didn't take away your ability to say, no, I want to die and let my baby be born. That was okay, that's your choice. But if somebody didn't want it on that flip side, it gives them that availability no matter where they are to be able to choose that.
See, and this is usually where I fucking, I get with a lot of women on this one is then what about, we have to talk about the women who don't believe in abortions themselves, right? Like they don't believe that women should have abortions, period.
You should have the choice. That's fine. Have the choice.
So
you have the choice now.
So
depending on your state.
So talking to
so you have the choice to vote for it.
No, because from what I understand, Roe v. Wade just allowed you to say, I want to get an abortion. Boom, doesn't matter what state I'm in.
Correct.
I can get one.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe that or not, you can walk in to an abortion clinic and get an abortion. Now, if you don't believe in doing that, then guess what? You can have as many babies as you want. That's completely fine. But only in one situation does one take away the choice of an individual. Only in one situation. And that's
societal,
where this
right?
exist.
This is societal, right?
That's where this doesn't exist. No. What do you mean? What's societal?
Now it is societal.
Based on what do you mean?
Based on your society gives you the right to have an abortion or not.
Based on
what your state, that's your society, is it not?
Sure,
that's your
but
community.
That's fine, yes. But let's say you live in a place that you don't necessarily completely agree with, and your vote isn't.
Well, let's say I live in a place where I don't agree that men can be women. Guess what?
Nothing of that is federal, though. Nothing of that is at the federal level.
Nothing of abortion is federal now.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. One revokes the capabilities to do so, and the other doesn't. If Roe v. Wade stood, and I'm barely reading all this shit. If Roe v. Wade stood, it's only an option for those who are willing to take it. But now that it's gone, it only affects those who would have taken it to begin with, and it doesn't affect anybody who doesn't believe it to begin with. Their lives are not changed at all. And so who you're affecting is only the people who were either okay with it, would have voted it into their state anyway, and it's only affected that crowd versus anybody else. Like you've only affected one type of person.
But it's per society, Zero.
It's not. No, because it's also like it's obviously dependent on where you live. Obviously, the places that you live will lean in one direction to some degree.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
Because you. What do you mean? Like, what is Texas?
Why do you think?
Is Texas gonna one day be Democratic?
No, I'm asking you why you think that. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just asking why you think that.
Because people just have communities in which they agree with each other, and that's fine. But what's your
so the community that you live in disagrees with your thoughts? Therefore, you can no longer do what you do.
What's your advice? You move?
Yes,
absolutely.
I don't. Absolutely. That's not just like viable for everybody.
Well, then deal with what your society
gives a viable option.
Deal with what your society gives you. It takes a village, right? And if you're the weakest one in the village, guess what? We don't conform. I don't know. We don't conform to just because you are the opposite of what the society believes, right? This is what's going on with the whole trans shit. Just because we're the opposite of what you believe doesn't mean I have to conform to you. If you believe opposite of what I believe, we took a group vote of what the tribe believes, and you're the odd man out, guess what?
But the flip side,
you're the odd man out.
But the flip side of that, and I know you wouldn't agree with this, because the flip side of this would be that if, like, let's say verbiage, because obviously you have the right freedom of speech. So if verbiage was mandated that you have to respect somebody's pronouns, you wouldn't just say like. Actually, if they made it so that way they allowed wait.
You can't use that
if they allowed states to allow states to have criminal offenses, even minor ones, not necessarily like you go to jail for the rest of your life, but you might get a ticket for misgendering somebody a certain amount of times.
Sure.
Based on the state. Now it's on the flip side where it only affects one type of person who would have had an issue with this to begin with. And now, are you going to still say... No, and now, wait. Now, are you going to say, well, move then, if you don't like where you're living?
Because here's where you're wrong in this situation. One, like you said, it would never happen. You know why? Because I have the freedom of speech.
Well, I'm talking about...
I know. So even if that was eliminated, right?
Sure.
I still have fucking eyes. If you look like a fucking man and I say, hey, bro... and you're a fucking look like a
then
woman,
you get a $5 ticket every time you do it.
Okay, here's one. Where's the evidence?
Where's evidence of what?
Where's the evidence that I misgendered you? That's one.
Well, let's say
you still have to prove it, right?
Let's say there were steps like you have to have some sort of identification that shows the gender. Sure. Let's say that
you still have to prove that I did something illegal, right? I called you, hey, bro. Oh shit!
Let's say a camera caught it.
Sure, camera caught it, right?
Sure.
So now I get a $5 fine every time I call a transgender bro.
Well, that's the first offense, and the second one's like $10, and then the third time
it would never happen. Societally, that would never happen.
That's fine, but I'm just saying, would it be is it also like, well, move, bro? Like your society doesn't agree with you.
Absolutely.
Yes, I would have to leave.
If I continue to call somebody bro that looks like a man and is a woman, I'm not living here anymore.
Okay.
I left here because of a series of laws and taxes and shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I came back because of my family. You know what I'm saying?
If I did not have family here, if I did not have a son here right now, I would not live in California.
This is a thing that I think people also get twisted, right? Is there's a certain number of things that I don't think that the federal government should have any say in.
We have 2 minutes.
I think everything that they should have a say on is to protect myself, right, from foreign invaders and protect myself against a tyrannical government. They should not be able to tell me if I can smoke weed or not, right? They should not be able to tell me whether or not a woman has the ability to get an abortion or not.
No, but they have the right to tell you if you can drive while you smoked weed.
That's one thing.
That I agree with. That I agree.
Yeah, because you're endangering. Yeah, you're endangering.
Because I'm
people.
endangering people around me. You get what I'm saying? And
But-
in our Bill of Rights, we have the right to self-preservation, right? So those things is medical conditions and stuff like that. When you lump it in to a statement of like, well, you have the right to this choice and this and that, it's like, whoa, well, hey, the federal government doesn't even need to be telling me that, right? Like, first off, second off, like state by then, because if the federal government can't guarantee or take it from you, then it's not their say, right? Leave it to the states. Let them figure that shit out. Really, to me, honestly, it's your states should decide whether marijuana should be legalized or not, because everybody around you, that community, should decide it. Like in California now, there's still cities that will not open up dispensaries because they don't allow it. City council does not allow it. So
and that's the other thing, right? Is it's a state by state case, but then you have city council that
Mhm.
allows things and don't. So
Mhm.
there is protection in those areas, and
Mhm.
based off that community, they can tell you what you can and can't do. That's and this is. I'm not trying to like bash you zero or anything like that, but this is again what I said: 1980, 1995. Like that's like the era of like certain people have these beliefs, and then for some reason the fucking switch just flipped the other way after that, and it's like I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying that what you're thinking is wrong, Zero. I'm just saying that it's a different way of thinking. And there's a lot of things that I don't disagree with you on. I agree with you on a lot of things, but certain things when it comes to this type of shit, I just can't get behind, because when you give the opportunity for your community, and like I said, it takes a village. That was something that a lot of people said a long time ago when it came to raising kids and creating a community and things of that nature. So if it takes a village, that village should be able to vote for what is right and what is wrong. And if that village votes that and you're the odd man out, bye-bye. You're the odd one out. You're the weak one. Well, you know what happens to the weak ones in the wild? They fucking die and they fizzle out and nobody fucking remembers them. That's just the way it is. That's the circle of life. It's just how things go.
I agree.
Like
In villages times, but we're not in villages. We're
Yes,
the
we are.
United
We still
States.
are.
United.
well, it's
States
a
of America.
weird,
Yeah,
it's
and
a
that's why we
weird-
have federal.
But
That's why we have
also,
federal. State, and
I
city.
just am in favor of a route of decisions that open up the most possibilities for individuals who believe in whatever that is.
Yes.
And
No, because
that's what
no.
I think is right. And if that's what like y'all want to say, it's
No,
state
because
by
then you
state,
give
city by
too
city.
many. You give too many people opinions, and when everybody has an opinion, nobody can come together.
Yeah,
That's
that's why
how
on
it is.
on a state, that's why it's better on a state level, because if you're over here in your corner in Hawaii and this is what you guys want, your community, that's what you all want, nobody from anywhere else across the fucking board should be able to impede on that, because that's what your community wants. And if you guys can come to terms on that all the way down to the very fucking city you live in, I applaud you, and I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying?
Because if we listen to what everybody has to say, nobody can agree.
Nothing will get done, right? And then my thing is that the goalpost continues to shift. It continues to push in different directions, and it's like, whoa, well, I agree with this, but I don't agree with that. So it's like, whoa, dog, like, and again, kind of where I agree with both of you on both of these like polar sides, which is wild, is like, people, there should be avenues for people to make choices. Yes, that's why we, as responsible adults, we have jobs and we save money, right? Supposed to be, and we live in the places where we want to live. But for some reason, societally, we just hump and dump and go and do. And I just think that we need to take more accountability for our own actions. You know what I mean? And us as communities, we need to hold each other accountable. And the feds need to stay the fuck out of it, because I don't like none of y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay the fuck up out of here, bro.
Yeah, I think it's more of an internal battle than it is of a like political battle. I think people need to understand more of where they come from and understand that one voice can change the world, sure, but when it comes to these types of laws and these types of statutes, it doesn't work like that. Your society votes on what that society wants, And if that's how it goes, then that's what it is. And if you want to go to a different tribe, go to a different tribe that appreciates what you have to say. That's just how it is. We're not gonna change you're not gonna change your voice because of one other person. It's just that's just how the world works, bro. The weak stay weak. It's just how
Well,
it is.
everybody, this has been the Usual Tuesday podcast. I'm your host, Big Korpsx, joined by the lovely and amazing Save One, and 0%, the macadamia nut. Bro, and again, dude, shout out to your fucking channel popping off and you doing all the fucking right things to get it there, bro.
Thank you.
For real, my fucking guy, dude.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, what did you hit? Over 4,000 views on that Google Pixel video?
Sitting at, it's almost gonna hit 10K. Yeah.
10K? Oh, last time I looked, it was at 3.7.
Yeah, it's been
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's been going off.
10K?
Yeah, pretty crazy. No, I love it. Thank you.
You know,
don't be sad, bro.
And
it's all love.
Who's sad?
Women can get abortions if they want to.
Who's sad? What the fuck?
I'm just playing.
Some not fucking sad. Have you seen that kid? Hold on, sorry, really quick. He gets down the slide and then his mom's like filming him. And then she's like, "Oh, you were scared." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And she's like, "Yes, you were." And he gets all fucking mad. He's like, "No, I'm not." Like, damn, bro. All right.
I'm the daddy. And you the mama.
That shit was funny.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another. Oh wait, Korps's expert goes last because that I already know he got some prolific shit to say.
Very true.
Yeah, look at him. He's got.
He already had it.
You have to go last, Korpsx. That's the rule because you always say the fucking dopest shit.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Usual Tuesday podcast. I know we started a little bit early. This is probably going to be the new timing for us for political reasons.
As long as that's okay.
But we went on a crazy rant today, and it was crazy because we saw 2v1 against 0, and that never fucking happens. And it was awesome.
Body chat, let's be honest.
Get the fuck out of here. You lost every round.
I'm not completely against what Damo's got to say.
No, I'm not either. And that's the thing, bro, is that a lot of people think that when we say we're Republican, that we just like, all right.
Whoa, we are Republican, dude. You got a mouse in your fucking pocket over there, dude. I'm still a Democrat, but I just can't do it, dude. I'm probably gonna vote red this presidential election.
I got my boy right here, bro, George Washington. Anyways, anytime, listen, this is why we do this. This is why we've done. How many fucking episodes is this? 70 now? 69? 67? This is why we do this, to just show people 67. 69, I could tell you.
I thought I heard somebody say that. I was like, whoa.
I did.
Title my shit wrong.
But no, this is why we do this, and this is why we show you guys that we can have civil discourse amongst each other and still be friends and do this every single fucking week. And just remember that it's okay to talk to people. Like, if you can't talk to one another, that's when violence starts. That's what Charlie Kirk says. I hate that motherfucker. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Usual Tuesday podcast. My name is Save. Thank you guys so much. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love you. Keep smiling. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Yo, what a heated pod. Thank you, boys, for sparring with me a little bit. I loved it. I love debate in general, though. So, thank you.
You got a little crazy. You were like, what? I gotta find
you like that. I mean,
yes, you did. Like, I swear to God, you did, bro. You leaped out of your chair a little bit. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah. I get passionate, okay? If I feel like I'm right, I'll stand on business. But thanks so much for watching, everybody in the chat, our community. If you were here for a minute, a second, an hour, or you're watching on the playback, thank you very much. Hit that sub button and check out these two individuals right above me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
All right, so I always do a usual sign off. Yeah, and this one I really, really liked because I needed something for a little bit of patience. Yeah, and it says, "Oh, gracious and holy God, give us wisdom to know you, intelligence to understand you, diligence to seek you, patience to wait for you, eyes to behold you, a heart to meditate upon you, a life to proclaim you, to the power of the Spirit. May we see the face of God in others, and may we listen to others with the ears of our heart." Yeah, stay open out there, people. Stay motivated. Bang, 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 bang.
All right, boys. Love you guys. You guys take care.
Be safe. Be
Bye.
safe.
Peace.
Bye.